Do you reckon that just maybe, there's a distinct possibility that the US President, Dum-Dum, is clearly out of his feckin' mind? Well, he seems to think that South Koreans that were abused by ice, yes, literally, abused by ice, made to drink water from a feckin' bowl on the floor, sleep on a cold concrete floor with nothing to keep them warm. You honestly believe that they're going to want to come back to the United States to complete that factory in Georgia? Oh, crikey, I've got a bridge to sell you. What a harebrained feckin' moron, but that's exactly what he's saying. On September the 15th, President Donald Trump called on foreign companies to bring expert personnel temporarily to the United States to train American workers in complex manufacturing. This call followed a recent ice raid in Georgia, which we all know about, that we do, and the fact that Tory woman, crikey, that backfired on her, didn't it, eh? Looked like a right old feckin' idiot, the one who grassed them up. Grassed them up for absolutely nothing, because most of them had visas, and they also were waiting on their H2B visas, whatever it is. They were waiting on them to come through. Meanwhile, they were doing their job. They weren't illegals. They ain't going to be coming back, are they? No. It's pretty darn feckin' obvious. And now the Korean government is now probing that they are. They're probing potential human rights abuses, since many of these people come back and they've just spilled their hearts out. Especially after being with their families and telling their families about what happened to them. Being fucking chained up, round the ankles with handcuffs, round the hands and the chain between the two, that fucking chain gang. Everything was about dehumanization, making them feel like shit. Not worthy of anything. They didn't know what's going on. They didn't have their rights. Said to them, they were just taken away, basically. They were kidnapped from that plant in Georgia. The HYUNDAI plant in Georgia. This really pisses me off, I'm sorry, but it really does. I've made a few videos about this, and I've been reading some of the first-hand accounts about what's going on, and some I wouldn't want to share, because it's shockingly bad. Shockingly bad. These poor buggers were literally abused by ignorant white ice agents. Feckin' morons. And all these people are doing is destroying the United States' ability to function. Whether it be the tariffs, whether it be ICE agents, nobody's going to go to the United States. Whether you got a visa or not, it don't make any bloody difference. They're now talking about removing your fucking passports if you talk nasty about Charlie Kirk. Put stops on your passports, you can't travel. This is absolute madness. The United States is lost, and if you've got an opportunity to get out, get out. Honestly, because it's going to get worse. As far as these lot are concerned, their ideals require a few eggs to be broken. And you can't make an omelette without breaking some eggs. In their ideal world. So they're going to make everybody's lives an absolute feckin' misery and enjoy it. Makes them feel powerful. And that's what these ICE agents are about. These people who work for ICE, they're doing it because it makes them feel powerful. They never felt powerful before because they're a bunch of feckin' incels. That's what they are. The whole load of bloody incels. You probably got a load of groupers as well who follow it, like, I don't know, Nick Fuentes and stuff, And it's just, these people are just, they're the foulest in society. And if you're watching this and you work for ICE, you're no feckin' better. You're no feckin' better at all. You're just an evil feckin' bastard. And I hope the worst comes to you. Because sooner or later, somebody is going to use their Second Amendment on you. And I'm not going to shed a tear. Quite frankly. Just like I won't shed a tear for Charlie Kirk. Because he's an evil feckin' bastard. Sorry. It gets worse. It gets worse. Now, you know as well as I do, the US has got troops stationed in South Korea. This is shocking stuff. You might know about it, you might not. Well, they're forcing South Korean women to be prostitutes. For US feckin' troops. I kid you not. Let me just bring this over a little bit for you. Make it a bit bigger as well. Yeah, shall I make it a bit bigger? Can I make it bigger? I just... There we go. South Korean file forced prostitution lawsuit accusing Washington of abuse. Every night we were dragged to US soldiers and sexually abused. Every week we were forced to undergo venereal disease tests, a victim said. This is organised rape. More than 100 South Korean women were forced to work as prostitutes for US soldiers stationed in the country and have filed a lawsuit, a landmark lawsuit, against Washington of abuse. And their lawyers have said yesterday. Historians and activists say tens of thousands of South Korean women worked state-sanctioned brothels from the 1950s to 1980s, serving US troops stationed in the country to protect South and North Korea. This is horrendous. This post here was on September the 10th this year. Doesn't this tell you what the American what's the phrase? Oh crikey! What it means to be American, maybe? State-sanctioned, US state-sanctioned rape, forced prostitution for US troops. Love you a long time, or some shit like that, you know. I don't know. I'm glad I'm not an American, actually, because if I was, I'd be so ashamed. I'd be so ashamed of that country. Apparently, it's supposed to be the greatest and best country in the world. The greatest and best at what? Rape? American people, they voted for a rapist to be their president. I know it's not everybody. I didn't know that, okay? But still. Let's just hope for the day of the cannibalism that we must, yes. Anyway, please vote with our like button and maybe subscribe to the channel, little bell icon, so you get one fast feed in your pocket every time I upload another video. But this is just stands testament of what it means to be a new age American, so to speak. You know, one of these incel folk. You know, can't get yourself a lass, so what do? You have to rape one. Anyway, please beat the whole like button, like I say, and then maybe the bell icon and the little, oh crikey, I fucking repeat myself again. I'm just so bloody annoyed and angry. Special relationship and all that. I hope it ain't by association. Anyway, toodaloo.